everyone. So now we're going to touch on some Spartan to Spartan tips that we have regarding transportation. So firstly, if any of the commuter passes that are available to you happen to not work for you, then definitely be sure to check out the SAMI app to see if you can rent a parking space, because a lot of the time students lease their own parking spaces on houses close to school. So that's definitely something to check out. If you don't see a post about it already, feel free to just make a post about it yourself, and hopefully that can help. And then secondly, we also have parking at a light rail, and if you do own a car, parking at a light rail and then boarding, just make sure to not leave anything enticing, like any tech stuff in your car to avoid break-ins or something like that. So there is a lot of people that commute to Sjsu through their car, so parking at a different parking space like the VTA does help. This only works if you do live in San Jose already, so that can help to avoid just how busy it can get in parking spaces just on campus, the parking garages. And then lastly, we have skateboards and scooters. Skateboards and scooters are a common way for students to kind of get to class and just kind of transfer just anywhere kind of around campus, since it is a big campus. And then we're actually standing at one of the bike enclosures that you can utilize to keep your bike safe. But yeah, that's kind of it for what we have for transportation, so hopefully these tips help you out.
Alright, hello everybody. So right now we are standing in front of a blue light pole, and so staying informed about personal safety on campus is really important to kind of feel secure here. Sjsu is in a downtown area and it's really busy. You're gonna come across all sorts of different people, so it's just really important to kind of stay informed on how you can stay safe. So if you do ever feel uncomfortable or unsafe, we do have an on-campus police department. We call them UPD, or University's Police Department. And so one way to stay safe is by calling them. We will have their phone number listed in the document. So we do suggest that you kind of take that phone number and save it in your phone, just so if you do need to ever call them for whatever reason, you can just kind of call them quicker. And so going back to this blue light, this is what you would use for quick assistance. So if you are ever on campus and feeling unsafe, and you don't have access maybe to a phone, you would just take this blue light here and then push the button for help, and then you would be instantly connected to somebody in UPD who can kind of help you out a little bit. And something that is also kind of common here at Sjsu, since it is a campus in downtown, you can also request a safety escort, and you can also do that by pushing the blue light again, and you can just request a safety escort. So kind of what that would look like is that somebody from UPD would pick you up on kind of a little golf cart, and they would take you to your destination, whether that be your car, or if you are living on campus up to 2 blocks away, they can kind of get you home safe and just kind of give you some peace of mind, especially if it's getting dark on campus. And then lastly, be sure to sign up for the automated texts that you can get. They're called Sjsu Alert, and you can sign up for those on your through email or through text using the One Sjsu, and kind of sign up for that. You would get an alert if there's any type of incident on campus, if there's any type of something unsafe going on. They would instantly send you a text or an email just to let you know, so that you can be on the lookout. So yeah, stay safe, y'all.
Hey everyone. Now we're going to get into some personal safety tips that we've picked up over the years at our time at Sjsu. So we hope you find them helpful. The first one is using the buddy system, since it is an open university, a public university here at Sjsu. You're going to have different types of people here, and it's just important to use your resources, use your buddies to keep you safe. This is especially helpful if you're getting out at night, maybe you have a night class or something and you need to leave at a certain time. It's not uncommon for students to ask others through the SAMI app, hey, do you have class at this time, and do you want to walk to our cars together, do you want to walk to the bus stop together, do you have this bus stop, so we can kind of get off and just keep each other safe. That's also something students do, so feel welcome to do that. You can also do that through your class group chat. That's a little bit more centralized, since you're not just asking like a bunch of students on the SAMI app. You're actually just asking like, you know, your group of 30 or so students on that chat. So it may be a little less intimidating if you do it there. So yeah, that's our first tip.
Yeah, and so some other personal safety tips that we have are to kind of keep your keys ready and on you, like right as you're gonna go home or walk to your car, just so you can kind of get in there to your location a little bit quicker, and you're not kind of just standing there kind of fumbling around with your bag or your keys. You can kind of get home safer like that. And some other ones that we have as well, which is pretty common to what Alina was saying, is that if you're ever walking alone, don't feel obligated to answer to strangers. Like we've mentioned before, this campus is in the middle of downtown. There's tons of people that walk through here like every single day that aren't students, and that's just the way it is here at SJSU. And so if you ever do come across a stranger and you're feeling uncomfortable, if they might be kind of talking to you or trying to get your attention, don't feel obligated to be nice to them. If you just don't feel comfortable, you don't have to engage. And also, just to kind of add to that, Alina has some points.
Yeah, so just an example off of what Maritza was saying. If someone's like very persistent, let's say like they want to keep asking for your number or something like that, you can say, I don't give my number out to strangers. That's kind of a good leeway, because it kind of checks them and says, oh, I'm a stranger, I'm just kind of asking for their personal information. You can definitely give that a shot. We know it can be intimidating to do that and to interact and to be sometimes forced to be put into situations where you have to interact with people. But we hope that these tips kind of give you some comfort in knowing that like you don't have to answer to anybody really. For your safety, you don't have to.
And then just kind of to end off these tips that we have, lastly, both of us find that kind of keeping an expressionless face or maybe even looking a bit angry might make you look a little bit more disinviting to strangers or somebody who's making you uncomfortable. So we both personally use those tips, and we find it like it kind of gives us our own peace of mind that we don't look inviting to others who might want to engage with us. And then lastly, if you are going to be like using like the light rail or like the bus system, those do get like packed every so often, because there's just a lot of like students and people kind of traveling around downtown. So if somebody is sitting next to you like on public transportation, you can always like sit on the kind of the last seat towards the hallway, just so that somebody might not really feel like they want to sit next to you and kind of like scooch over. So we both do use that tip as well, and so I hope that all these tips were helpful to you all. Stay safe. Alright, hi everyone. So right now we are outside of one of the freshman dorms, and we did have a few more tips to share with y'all. So as a student, you do get a lot of like student discounts or just like free services in general, and so we did want to like kind of shout them out in case you guys didn't know about them. So some of them, as SJSU students, we get free Microsoft Office, we get Canopy, which is kind of like for streaming like movies and TV shows, and we also get Adobe Creative Cloud. So we do have a full list on our document, so feel free to check those out, but definitely take advantage of all the free things that you would get as an SJSU student.